Apparently, this thing between LeBron James and Kyrie Irving is turning into something that could eventually unfold into a physical thing now. Stephen A. Smith had to report this.
To appease him at every turn. A matter of fact, I had sources in LeBron James camp literally tell me, and I'm quoting Charles, if Kyrie Irving was in front of LeBron James right now, LeBron James would be tempted, quote, to beat his ass, end quote. Those are exact words.
Now, in light of what Stephen A. Smith said, LeBron James had a response on Twitter where he basically discredited the sources. You can see his tweet. The fact that LeBron James would be, quote unquote, tempted to beat Kyrie Irving's ass if they met in person is very telling. And that's coming from somebody in his camp. Because number one, Stephen A. Smith is not going to risk his credibility on faulty sources because he's just going to look like an idiot. And he wouldn't base his reputation on false news just to create a buzz, because in all actuality, that would kill his career and kill his credibility. So LeBron James trying to downplay the whole thing, he just needs to stop. Right now, LeBron James is basically in a situation where it's damage control. He's trying to control all the damage that's coming his way because essentially he's been exposed. A lot of people feel that LeBron James has every right to be angry because Kyrie Irving is putting his name in the situation. Everybody's saying, well, LeBron is okay with Kyrie Irving leaving, etc., etc. How is he okay with Kyrie Irving leaving when he first heard the news? He was disappointed and he felt like he was blindsided. What if anything about that makes you feel like he's happy, he's okay with him leaving? You got to read between the lines, ladies and gentlemen. The picture that LeBron James has been painting for you guys is far from what you really, really see. The fact that Kyrie Irving is requesting a trade from the Cleveland Cavaliers, a team that he has gone to 3 straight NBA Finals, tells you there's dysfunction in the locker room. It tells you the relationships that LeBron James and the team they try to portray are not there. There's a big rift, and it's bigger than what they're showing and leading on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just think like, oh, LeBron is such a good teammate, he shouldn't get any bad rap or anything. And I'm going to tell you why here. When Kyrie Irving requested that he wanted to be a main focal point of the team, everybody's taking it like he wants to be the top dog. He wants to be the best player on the team. That in itself is a misnomer. I'm going to tell you why. Because he basically just wants respect. Kyrie Irving wants the same respect that LeBron James gets. Kyrie Irving is saying, not only did LeBron James bring a championship to Cleveland, I brought a championship to Cleveland. I'm the one that hit the big 3-point shot that would have won the game. Yes, LeBron James had that huge block, but if Kyrie doesn't hit that 3, the game's over. They probably lose. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. The Cleveland Cavaliers have been treating Kyrie Irving like he's been disposable. Ever since LeBron James returned to Cleveland, they treated him like he's a role player. Like, they say they have a big 3, but all the decisions go through a big 1, which is LeBron James. I understand he's your best player, but you have to treat Kyrie Irving with a modicum of respect. And that's all he was asking for throughout this whole process. I think people just think, oh, he wants to be like Russell Westbrook and struggle, or he doesn't want to go to the finals. He never said any of that. He just doesn't want to live in the shadow of LeBron James. And when he says the shadow of LeBron James, he's talking about the organization. The entire Cleveland organization is in the shadow of LeBron James. LeBron James is basically the GM. Every time there's a trade to be made, they contact LeBron James. Kyrie Irving is saying, wait a minute, I'm a star on this team as well. I'm supposed to be untouchable as well. Do not just consult LeBron James, consult me as well. You looking at the Cleveland Cavaliers, a couple weeks ago they had Kyrie Irving in a trade rumor basically to go to Phoenix just to get Paul George. That doesn't make any sense why they would treat him like that. So basically he's saying that the shadow of LeBron James is the shadow that's overcoming the whole entire organization. He's not going to stand there for it. Then LeBron James is like, well, keep my name out of it. Don't put my name in it. Why wouldn't he put your name in it? Why wouldn't he put your name in it? You came out and you said you were blindsided and you're disappointed. And here's the whole thing about Kyrie Irving's decision. He made this decision over 10 days ago. He went to management almost 2 weeks ago. But the story is just coming out now. I wonder why. Because management went and told LeBron James, hey, Kyrie Irving wants to leave. And that's what management in Cleveland does. They run everything through LeBron James. Kyrie Irving believes LeBron's camp leaked the story, which most likely is the case. You guys got to read between the lines. Like, at the end of the day, LeBron is not this saintly person or this Mother Teresa figure that everybody wants to point him out to be. Everybody's like feeling sympathetic. They're trying to make him into a sympathetic figure, as if LeBron James has not left Cleveland before. LeBron James has not left Dwayne Wade. And it's just like, those are different situations. LeBron didn't name anybody, but you made Dwayne Wade took a pay cut so you can stay with the organization, and you leave anyway. So that's operating on bad faith. You got to look at the actions. Actions speak louder than words. LeBron James inspired players to test their mobility, to say, I'm a star, I deserve this kind of treatment. The Cavs have not been treating Kyrie right, therefore, he wants to leave. And the one guy that's left two organizations who most likely will go to a third organization has the nerve to say, if he was ever to see him, he'd be tempted to beat his ass. That makes no sense, and that's so hypocritical. LeBron James has to be like one of the biggest hypocrites. He could deny all these stories, he could refute them all he wants over Twitter and social media, but the fact remains, this guy doesn't want to play with you. And the reason he doesn't want to play with you is not because of what's going on the court. Everybody's like trying to micro and see, okay, Kyrie gets the ball here, LeBron handles. They don't treat Kyrie with respect. That's just the bottom line. If you look even back to the Kobe and Shaq feud, Kobe and Shaq had a huge feud all over the airwaves. Everybody saw it. You know what they did before they let Shaq go? They sat Kobe down. They sat Shaq down. They said, you guys need to work this out. Upper management did this. With all the disputes and everything going on in Cleveland, nobody sat the two down. Nobody said, like, Kyrie, you're just as important as LeBron. Nobody ever did that. And that's why he wants to trade. It's not because he wants to have his own team or whatever. You got to read between the lines. Like, at the end of the day, who doesn't want to keep going to finals and stuff like that? Who doesn't want to do great things? Everybody wants to do it, Kyrie included, but he does not want to work under those circumstances. It's like, think about yourself. If you work at a huge company, and yeah, it's a great company and stuff like that, but you're just another number, as opposed to if you worked for your own small business or create your own small business or work for a smaller company that treats you with respect. You get your own desk. You're not in a cubicle. You're not just a number. You know, they have incentives for you and stuff like that. They ask you about decisions. You would rather work at that company than a huge company. Especially if you're going to get around the same pay, which one would you rather work? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at, for example, a good example of this is Colin Cowherd. He was working at ESPN, a huge fish in the sports industry. The conditions weren't working for him. He went to Fox Sports, and it seems like it's working out way better for him. So that's what you guys got to understand. Like, everybody's trying to say, well, Kyrie Irving should not mention LeBron. LeBron is the Cleveland organization. He's saying, I don't want to. It's not just LeBron. It's the organization. The organization acquiesces to LeBron James. Therefore, I cannot work for an organization that doesn't think I'm just as important as a LeBron James. Because at the end of the day, the whole Cleveland doesn't work if Kyrie Irving is not on the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand, they just signed Derrick Rose, and Derrick Rose is supposed to be replacing Kyrie Irving, but it's not going to be the same. Because Kyrie Irving brings that element that LeBron James has always needed in his career. LeBron James has always needed a player who can score, get big buckets, and kill it. LeBron is not like a crazy scorer or nothing like that. Like, that's not his game. He's a facilitator. Kyrie Irving he has that killer mentality. He scores buckets, and he's helped LeBron immensely, especially in Cleveland. Like, the 3 straight finals, without LeBron, without Kyrie, LeBron couldn't win it. So, and everybody like wants to highlight the fact that Kyrie there was a lottery team, etc., etc. And yeah, he was young. He got injured as well. A lot of people keep tending to forget he got injured, and he was still learning how to play the game. So why would he want to stay on a team that is solely comprised to make LeBron James happy? That doesn't make sense. Every single player they bring in is to complement LeBron James. They never say, well, we need a good backup point guard to complement Kyrie Irving. We need a good center power forward to complement Kevin Love. Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving have been lost in the shuffle. Kyrie Irving is sick of being lost in the shuffle. And for LeBron James to say he wants to beat somebody up over that, that's funny. Even if it comes from his camp, for anybody in LeBron James' camp to say that after all the things LeBron James has done in his career, leaving people hanging high and dry, makes absolutely no sense. LeBron and his camp are being hypocrites, and you got to read between the lines. This is bigger than what we're seeing, and LeBron James, as much as people say he's being painted to be a bad teammate, at the end of the day, it's not that he's being painted. It is what it is. You see it. Everybody that he's played with has had to adjust to him. He doesn't adjust to anybody. This is Vlad Hoops Junction, where Hoops meets Hoopla. Peace.